Welcome to the news station at E3 Realty with your host, Nick Smith and Vercy Jones.
Hey guys, welcome back to the E3 studios and our April market update, bringing you data and facts as fast as it's happening around here. As you know, I got my guy Vercy with me.
Thank you guys for joining us again. This is a recap for the month of March.
It's going to be super exciting. So as you can see, the baseball jerseys are out.
Yep.
Spring season is here. Baseball season is here. Real estate season is here. And I guess we're all in on baseball now that the Warriors are done.
All in
on baseball. So let's get to it, and we'll get rolling here. So first, as everybody's aware of, right, the National Association of Realtors have come out with their settlement, the whole thing that had happened, and part of that is representation, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And could you imagine trying to buy a home with no representation?
Man, buying a home?
Yeah.
Me and my wife, for the very first time, going through this process, not knowing much at all. It would be amazing if we stayed married at the end of the process, if we got through the process.
Right.
It's just too, it would be unthinkable to try to go through this process without any buyer representation with an agent or a broker, because there's just too much to it.
Yeah. Trying to navigate or read a TDS or an SPQ.
What's that?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Or do I need a home warranty? How do I order one?
Right.
What's a home inspection? Like, there's so many avenues.
Absolutely.
There's so many things that come across our desk and our table that we can help guy with.
It would be completely unthinkable. For sure. For a first-time buyer, at least. For someone that doesn't have much experience, at least. Even if you gone through it a time or two, with all the new changes and updates to forms and everything, it would just be too much of a risk. And you don't want to have that kind of risk with the biggest investment of your life. You want professional consultation to guide you through this process to make sure that you're going to actually get to the end and get to your goal, which is home ownership.
Yeah, it's unfathomable to me to be able to walk through that thing and guide it. And it's always changing, right? Real estate's always changing.
Absolutely.
So maybe you've done it in the past.
Yes.
10, 15 years.
Right.
It's going to be way different this time.
Yes.
When you're trying to do it by yourself. So what do we got going on?
Well, with that being said, Bright MLS did a study, and they found that 91% of respondents agree it would be very stressful to navigate the home buying process without a real estate agent or broker. And I 100% agree with that 91%.
Yeah, and I think that 9% is probably investors that buy off-market properties at the courthouse.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
It just seems to be so crazy. So that's really good, and it shows the value of having the professional on your side, and then what people really think of having that professional guidance throughout the entire process.
They feel like me and you.
Right.
If they're going to do that, they need some help. They need somebody that know what's going on, so that when I get this email that say, hey, sign here, I know that I'm not signing something that's going to be detrimental to me in a negative way, for the rest of my life. And it's important.
100%.
Yes.
All right, let's touch on a little bit more, or national, with what we're seeing in the marketplace, and let's go over some national housing trends.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, so we're going to see month-over-month change, 15% more inventory this month. While it's still low, more people are selling their home, more people are active. Right, we see this in the springtime. People want to make that move before school starts the next year, or they start to get prepared for what the next chapter is.
Right.
Weather is, it's been great last few days, right? So we're heading into some great weather. Tons and tons of people decided, you know what? Now's the time, up 15% month over month.
Right. You know what? That feels like what a normal trend would be for when April comes around, that the market starts to tick up. And traditionally, that's when, business ticks up. And it's nice to see that we may start to see a little bit more normalcy.
Yeah. Some regularity in the market.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Also, a month-to-month change, home prices have gone up 1.5%. But even with that growth, there aren't enough homes to go around. And that keeps the upward pressure on home prices. So even with rates not coming down as had anticipated earlier on in the year, we're still continuing to see these home prices go up month over month, which is great, right, for our homeowners.
Absolutely.
People that are looking to sell maybe move out of state,
Right.
downsize,
Right.
those kinds of things.
Yep. Even with the higher rate environment, demand is still there for people to buy homes, and the inventory supply still hasn't outpaced the demand.
Right. Right. And I think what it shows us is even with rates high, the buyers are there. 'Cause they've kind of come to the understanding of the interest rates are the interest rates.
Right.
And if I want to be a homeowner, this is the playing field I have to play in.
Absolutely.
And rates maybe they'll continue or they'll settle, but there's one consistent that's always going to go up, and that's rent.
Yes. Yes.
That thing just keeps going up. So talk to me about time on the market.
Well, the time in the market right now, month-over-month change, we're down to 8 days. Since the supply is low for the number of buyers out there, houses are selling fast and getting multiple offers. And that is the truth. Most of the deals that we've done here at E3 in the last month or so, all of them have multiple offers.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get into how many multiple offers because it's staggering. You wouldn't believe, if I said it, you wouldn't believe it.
No,
So,
probably right.
yeah.
But it is factual. They're out there. The buyers are there.
Yes.
Homes, that we're putting on the market, if we're putting out good products and we're pricing them correctly.
Correct.
Right. And we can even talk about strategies of that. Maybe in another episode, we'll break down that whole process of what that looks like.
Yes.
But it's crazy to see when you put the product out there. The buyers they're there and they're strong, and they're coming in strong too.
So according to bank rate, there are more buyers than there are homes available. So each home that comes on the market becomes more of a hot commodity than it may be if there were more options to choose from. So in layman's terms, what are you saying, man?
Be ready out there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Buyers are out there. If you're going to think about putting your home on the market, it's a good idea.
Yes.
If you're out there buying a home, understand there's competition.
Yeah.
You're going to have to compete to get the home that you want, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Which I think is a fantastic segue as we come in with pricing your home correctly and how.
Yeah. So, Captain, pricing your home correctly is crucial this spring. Tell us why.
It's extremely, not only this spring, but it's extremely important all the time, right, to price your house correctly and strategically, okay?
Okay.
So if you're underpricing the house way too much, right, there's a possibility of leaving some money on the table. You can have buyers that maybe they're skeptical a little bit of condition or what's going on. And overall, right, if you're selling and then purchasing a new home, that could hurt you in the long run if you don't have the net sheet that you need at the end of the day.
Yes.
To be able to buy that next property and put some of that money in your pocket for repairs, vacation, whatever it's going to be, right?
Right.
We have, pricing it right at market value, maybe a tick under market value where it's really, really appealing. That's going to attract the most buyers that are out there because they understand the marketplace and the value that you're putting your home at, which could then possibly bring in multiple offers on your home, right? And that's our goal, is to get multiple offers on your home, right? Because the more offers we get, the more leverage we create. The more leverage that we create for you as a seller, the better terms, conditions that we can give for you to be able to set you up to be successful on that next move.
Awesome.
And the worst, don't overprice the thing.
Yeah.
It's going to sit there. With the data that's available to every consumer out there, it's not very challenging to figure out if this thing is way out of the ballpark or not.
Right.
So it's going to sit on the market. Then you're going to have to reduce the price. When we reduce the price, then it's going to come the questions of why, what happened, what's going on. And if you price it too high to begin with, you're going to take some of your buyer pool out of the equation.
Yes.
That may not be there when you come around to your census and get that value correct on it. So it's super, super important to price it correctly right out of the gate.
Yes. So do your homework up front.
Yeah.
Get all your data, what's going on in the market.
Consult with a professional. Go from there. Come up with a strategy of why.
Absolutely.
And what are the benefits of doing it this way.
Absolutely.
Should lead you to be pretty successful in the sale of your home.
That's what we do at E3, right?
That's what we do at E3. Exactly.
All right.
Exactly. And we're back with everyone's favorite segment, as always.
Key terms.
Key terms every home buyer should learn.
Yeah.
Vercy, tell us today about closing costs.
Closing costs. Hey, the fees required to complete the real estate transaction paid at closing. Ask your lender for a complete list of closing cost items, including points, taxes, title insurance, and much more.
Quick question for you, Verse.
Yes.
Is this part of my down payment as well?
No, sir.
Dang it.
So what we talk about when we talk about closing costs, that you have your costs and you have your down payment. Your down payment is a portion of the selling price of the home. Then you have your closing costs, the monies that you need to add to that in order to finish the transaction. Now, when you add those two together, what I like to tell people is that this is your total cash to close that you need in order to complete the transaction. So they know what that number is.
Gotcha.
So that way there's no mysteries, there's no surprises, and there's no numbers that's going to come up that they're not already aware of.
So you got down payment, closing costs, put them together is total cash to close.
Yes.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Awesome, man. Hey, as always, we appreciate you guys checking us out, and hopefully we'll be back for next month with some more data and some more info for you guys. Anything before we go, Verse?
Hey, I just want to thank you guys for joining us again. Hopefully we're getting you some information that is valuable to you, we want to continue to be a resource for you. So thank you for joining us, and we will catch you on
the next one.